We're going to have another speech, and I always like listening to speeches by Bill. This is Bill's sixth speech, and it's vocal variety. So Bill is ready to tackle number 6. Let's welcome Bill.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. This is my 6th speech, the emphasis on vocal variety. And the title of my speech is The Advantages of Living a Disciplined Life. When you think of a disciplined life, what are your initial thoughts? What do you think about when you say, I'm a very disciplined person, I live a disciplined life? You might think, no freedom, no fun, no joy. Not true. Actually, a disciplined life, you have more freedom. You have more independence. Discipline is fundamental to having a meaningful and happy life. You ever talk to somebody who had an addiction and they got into recovery from that addiction? I used to smoke, and I quit smoking quite a few years ago, but I had to quit about 4 or 5 times before I actually quit. And after I quit for about a year, I said to myself, you know, I'm free from my addiction controlling me. I don't have to rush to the store and get cigarettes because I have a nicotine fit. I don't have to have cigarettes. I don't have to have matches in my pocket. I don't have to have a lighter. I'm free from that addiction. You ever meet anybody that had an addiction with alcohol or drugs or gambling, and they got into recovery? A lot of times they don't, but a few people do get in recovery, and the first thing they'll say is, I feel free. I'm free from something controlling my life. So a life of discipline is really essential to having genuine happiness. Tom Landry is one of my heroes. And for you football fans, you know Tom Landry was the coach of the Dallas Cowboys for 29 years. And he's always been a hero of mine not because he's won 2 Super Bowls or he won 5 NFC championships, 13 division championships, but Tom Landry is a hero because of who he was as a person. He never was defined by winning football games. He was defined by who he was as a person and his faith. And football never did really go to his head, never did really define the person. And this is what he says about discipline. Setting goals is not the main thing. It's deciding how you will go about achieving it and staying with the plan. The key is discipline. Without discipline, you will never meet your goals. So the context of discipline in this speech is self-control and self-discipline. Children behave better when they're disciplined. Children, for those of you who are parents, you know you have to discipline children. They actually, even though they don't act like they like it, they feel more secure with discipline. Children that have discipline grow up to be able to self-discipline themselves. People that live undisciplined lives, people that call in sick all the time, people that don't pay their bills, people that are irresponsible probably because they never were disciplined as children and they never learned what discipline was, so they don't have any self-discipline. Jim Tressel, he's one of the great football coaches of Ohio State, went 9-1 with Michigan, which classifies him as a good coach at Ohio State. He had a player called A.J. Hawk. He was a great defensive player for Ohio State. And he tells a story about A.J. Hawk regarding discipline. A.J. Hawk played for Ohio State as a linebacker, earned All-American honors, and was drafted to the Green Bay Packers in 2006. During the NFL draft period, A.J. was required to visit NFL cities. However, there was one condition that AJ could not miss class or workouts. There were days when AJ could be found at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center at 4 o'clock in the morning doing his workouts before departing for an NFL city. He obtained his degree before starting with the Packers. There is a disciplined person, and he wasn't only disciplined in his workouts, but he was disciplined that he got his degree. Because those guys, they're looking at big contracts, and to be able to get the degree before you cash in on the money is a tough thing for a lot of them. So discipline is a daily decision. You can't turn on the television and not hear an ad for a weight loss program. You know, every time you turn on the television, you see a new weight loss program, and of course this is the one. This is the program that you need to go on, because this is really going to do the job for you. They never say that if you don't have the discipline to follow the system, it's not going to work. The Jenny Craig system won't work. The Weight Watchers won't work if you don't follow the system. In fact, I was a member of Weight Watchers for a period of time, and I still follow their point system in a general way. And it works, but it only works as if you make it work. So it requires discipline. Golf is another example of something that requires discipline. You have to concentrate on each shot. You can't be concentrating on the shot before, the shot after. In fact, golf is a mental game, primarily, more than a physical game. And you have to be constantly disciplining your mind to concentrate on what you're doing. So in line with golf, Jack Nicklaus, somebody I also admire, not because he's a great golfer, but because he's a really fine person, good husband, good father, good community person. And this is what Jack Nicklaus says about discipline. The only thing a player can control in golf is his own game. So concern about other competitors may not be doing it is useless distraction and a waste of energy, is what I'm trying to say. And that's true about life. You have to discipline yourself and not think about other people, what other people are saying or what other people are doing. You have to concentrate yourself on what you're doing. You have to stay focused to be a truly disciplined person and get the benefits of discipline. So my challenge today is this: to discipline your lives, to establish positive habits until they become automatic. This will impact the quality of your life. Thank you.